Hello gardener, today I'm going to show you exactly how to plant strawberry bare roots the right way, step by step, so you get strong, healthy plants and an amazing harvest this season. I've been getting tons of questions for gardeners who ordered bare roots from my plant nursery website. So in this video, I'm going to cover all of that, plus show you step by step how to plant strawberry bare roots. If you're in need of strawberry bare roots, check out my pre-sale linked in the description, which ends on October 26th. That is the last chance to order some bare roots for the 2025 season. I will not have more until next year. All right, let's jump in. When you get your bare root strawberries, they'll look like this. It's a bundle of roots with some leaves. Once planted, they'll wake up and start growing new leaves and roots, so don't worry if some of the leaves are dirty or damaged. Just cut those leaves off so the plant can focus energy on adjusting to their new place and outputting new growth. The absolute most important part of a strawberry plant is its crown, which is this section between where all the leaves come out and the roots. This is the life force of the strawberry plant, so to speak. This portion must stay healthy or the entire plant will die off. Therefore, when planting bare roots, you want to make sure the crown is not buried in soil or it can rot or get a disease and die. Plant it so the crown sits right above soil surface, and I'll show you exactly how to do it in a bit. But first, let's talk about how quickly these bundles of bare roots need to be planted. The root system is bare, as in not in soil that retains water to keep the plant hydrated. They will last a few days, but you should plant them as soon as possible. If they wilt and dry out, the whole plant can die. I highly recommend you prepare the garden bed or containers, whatever area you plan on growing the strawberries, so it is ready by the time your bare roots arrive. That way there is no delay and you can plant them immediately. A lot of you have reached out to me asking what to do if the planting area is not ready, or maybe you ordered a GreenStalk garden tower and it hasn't arrived yet. In those cases, keep the roots moist. Mist the roots with some water, wrap some damp paper towels around the root bundle, and keep them tied inside of the plastic bag they come in to reduce water evaporation. Or you can temporarily plant them in a container with potting mix, keeping the soil moist so they don't dry out. Once the planting space is ready, you can gently just pull them apart and replant. Do not submerge the roots in water because this will cause root rot. Store the bare roots in a full shade spot. If it is very hot outside, then store them indoors. The sooner you plant your bare roots, the better the results, but they can last about a week if stored properly. Now let's talk about ideal growing conditions for strawberries so you pick the best spot to grow them in your garden. Strawberries love cool weather and full sun, which makes fall the perfect time to plant them in warm climates like mine here in Florida. In the southern US and other mild winter areas, we grow strawberries through fall, winter, and early spring, just like the commercial farms do. Once summer hits and the heat climbs above around 85 degrees Fahrenheit, strawberries start to decline and stop producing. They hate the heat. They're a cool season crop for hot climate gardeners. Thus why we grow them during the fall, winter, and spring. So right now, October through November is the time to get them in the ground. If you live further north where winters are cold and snowy, your planting window will be in early spring once the ground can be worked. Strawberries are a summer crop for you, which is the opposite for a hot climate gardener. Strawberry plants require a lot of sun energy and nutrition to constantly be pushing out new growth, which means new flowers that will turn into berries. Plant them in a full sun spot. They can handle even Florida full sun. Also make sure you have a good fertilizer schedule to keep nutrients consistent, which will facilitate rapid growth and production. Let's talk about preparing your soil because this part makes a huge difference. Strawberries and other berries like blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries prefer slightly acidic soil with a pH between 5.5 and 6.5. In fact, if the soil is not acidic enough, the roots basically have difficulties uptaking nutrients from the soil into the plant. Then they slowly die from lack of nutrition. If your soil is more neutral or alkaline, amend it with soil acidifier like sulfur or aluminum sulfate, and use a fertilizer specifically made for acid-loving plants like Espoma brand Berry Tone or Miracle Grow's Mere Acid. These fertilizers have added soil acidifier in it, so it slowly brings the pH down while you fertilize. I'll link in the description to the fertilizers and soils I recommend when growing strawberries. Now let's break down soil prep by planting method. If you're planting strawberry bare roots in the ground or in a raised bed, like me, it has existing soil in it, so you're going to mix compost, worm castings, or mushroom compost into the top 6 to 8 inches of soil. Strawberries grow best in loose, well-draining soil. They are easily susceptible to rot or crown rot if the soil is too soggy. If drainage is an issue, I highly recommend you plant the bare roots in raised rows or mounds so excess water drains away easily. I already prepped this entire bed here. I weeded everything very well. Then I added a bunch of worm castings. That was just my choice of the amendment this year. Kind of worked it in a little bit and then put a nice thick layer of mulch. Now this bed is ready to plant my bare root strawberries. Before planting the bare roots, I did put them in this bowl here with some water for about an hour just to kind of give them a head start and help get them rehydrated. So now they're ready to be planted into the ground, and let me show you that process. Dig a hole big enough to fit the roots, sprinkle in some organic granular fertilizer, and I like to add blood meal to give these bare roots a boost. This is also when I add a good sprinkling of soil acidifier granules. Mix these amendments a little bit with the soil. Lastly, this is optional, but I'm experimenting to see if this helps increase production. I am adding some mycorrhizal inoculant. This helps increase nutrient uptake. It has to come in contact with the roots, so we don't mix it into the soil. Space each plant about 10 inches apart in rows that are 12 inches apart. If you're growing strawberries in a container, grow bag, or GreenStalk garden tower, use a high quality potting mix. You can mix acidifier granules into the potting mix before filling your containers. Or even better, if you can find it, use a mix specially formulated for acid-loving plants. Fox Farms has a potting mix called Strawberry Fields, which is excellent. Or you can use a mix formulated for acid-loving plants. Make sure your container has plenty of drainage holes. Strawberries do not like wet feet. They grow very well in grow bags because they have excellent drainage, but they also dry out faster, so make sure you monitor the soil moisture more closely. Plant 1 or 2 bare roots per gallon of soil space, or for a GreenStalk garden tower, plant 1 bare root in each pocket with the crown sitting at soil level. I highly recommend you mulch the area around your plants to retain moisture, and it keeps the fruit clean once it starts producing. Within a week or two, you should see new green leaves emerging from the crown. This new growth is an indicator that you can begin regular intervals of fertilizer. Just follow the mixing and frequency directions on the package. Now for the next few days to couple of weeks, the plants are going to look a little sad and wilted until they adjust. The roots need to get acclimated and grab onto the soil again, if that makes sense. At that point, the plant can resume efficiently uptaking water. There are a few things you can do to help them adjust better and avoid as much transplant shock as possible. Number 1, cut off any damaged, old, or excess leaves. These leaves are going to require energy from the plant to maintain them. We want the plant to put its energy into establishing its roots and outputting new growth. It is totally fine to remove some leaves. I would leave like 2 or 3 leaves on the plant. Just cut the rest off with scissors. And if some bare roots don't even have leaves, that's okay, it will grow new ones. Number 2, provide some shade with shade cloth, or if you planted them in movable containers, grow bags, or GreenStalk towers, put it in a spot with afternoon shade so the sun is not so harsh on the plants while they are struggling to adjust. Number 3, keep the soil evenly moist but not waterlogged, and don't keep watering over and over just because they're wilted. If the soil is too saturated, it will cause the roots to start rotting, which will stress them out further, or simply kill the entire plant. This garden bed has some massive muscadine grapevines that are offering shade for now, so I'm going to leave them. But once my strawberry plants bounce back, I will be cutting these vines back so this bed can get full sun. And some final words of advice when growing strawberries. The critters love to eat the berries. Consider tying an organza bag around the fruit clusters as they form. I really like to get an odd color like black, purple, or blue to kind of offset the red color of the strawberry so the critters don't notice them as much. Slugs and nails love to munch on the plants. Using mulch and sprinkling diatomaceous earth around the base of the plants will help to ward them off. However, if they continue to be a problem, sprinkle some organic slug O granules or set up beer traps. Prune off old, dead, yellowing, diseased leaves. They are not doing any favors for the overall plant, just taking away energy and nutrients that could be used to grow new healthy ones. And finally, if you get fungal issues like powdery mildew, spray with 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide per gallon of water to treat and disinfect the leaves. If you follow my tips, I'm sure you will have an abundant strawberry harvest. Before we wrap up, just a reminder to order your bare root plants before my pre-sale ends on October 26th. My first batch completely sold out, but I was able to get more from my supplier, and these are commercial farm-grade strawberries. Click the link in the description below to be taken to my strawberry bare root webpage that has full details. And that's it, everything you need to know about planting strawberry bare roots. I hope this video inspires you to try growing strawberries this season. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out my channel more than you know. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of my gardening tutorials. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.